Hello everybody and welcome back. It is Michael from Hallowed Thrills back with another video, and today we finally have our first speculation map of the season from Horror Night Nightmares over on Twitter and Instagram. They finally released their first speculation map of 2022 for HHN 31, and if you do not know who HN Nightmares is, they release speculation maps every year that are normally along the lines of being right most of the time. At least 75% accuracy, so some things will change over this next couple months until the event actually comes and until they actually announce things, but for the most part they have been pretty accurate with their estimations on things that are supposed to come to the event. So we have their first speculation map for this year in this video that we will be covering entirely, including locations and houses that they think are going to be at the event this year. But before we get into that, please make sure you're subscribed and have the bell notification turned on to get notified whenever I post a video. And also make sure you're following both my Instagram and my Twitter. The links are down in the description. Give me a follow so you get breaking news like this ahead of time. So now let's get into the speculation map. We're going to start off from A all the way to J. There are 10 houses that are being speculated for this year, as well as one show. The scare zones have yet to be kind of revealed as what they could possibly be, because scare zones are normally the last thing that gets rumored. So starting off with location A, which is in the Music Plaza area where Bride of Frankenstein Lives was last year. This is going to be another Universal Classic Monsters house. This is going to be Universal Classic Monsters, The Mummy versus the Wolfman. Now, like I said in my last speculation video, I did hear rumors of it being a versus style house. Now, I am a little bit surprised that it's the Wolfman and the Mummy. I expected maybe the creature to make an appearance versus the Mummy. Or if anything, I really wish that it was just the Mummy by themselves, because I don't understand how they're going to make the crossover between the two of these characters work, but we'll see. I really liked both the Wolfman section and the Mummy section of the original Universal Monsters house at 29, so I'm excited to see how they merge those two sections together into one house. It's going to be really cool, and the story that they have is going to be really awesome for that as well. Now moving on to location B. Location B is, I believe, where Texas Chainsaw Massacre was last year, going through the Fallon entrance, and that is going to be an original called Seaside Village. That's the pending name for it right now, but looking at the actual text for it, my initial thoughts on it was it looks kind of Viking-y. Maybe we'll get a Vikings Undead type house. You remember Vikings Undead from HHN 29, which was an okay zone. It wasn't my favorite from the event, but the characters in it I feel could be brought to more of a grander stage in a house format, so I'd like to see what they would do with this. A lot of other people are saying that it kind of reminds them of Dead Man's Wharf, which was a scare zone at 26. Now, I would love to see that as well. I think either of those options that are being speculated based on this rumor could possibly be really cool and give us some really awesome sets, especially since it's going to be in a soundstage. Location C is where Tooth Fairy was last year, and this is rumored to be Fear Street. Fear Street, of course, you know, this is the one that's been rumored the most as far as an IP. It's the one that's most set in stone of coming to the event. I'm not really going to spend too much time talking about it, but I will just say, please let it come to the event. I love the concept of those three movies, and I would love to see what they would do as far as if they're going to use all three, or maybe we'll just get one of the three. I would love to see what their plan is with it. Now heading on to D. This is where Icons Captured was last year, and this is the most interesting one, at least to me, just because we haven't had this type of house since Silent Hill and Resident Evil. So this is a video game house based on The Last of Us. Now, when I first saw The Last of Us, I was like, okay, maybe it could work, but then I'm like, it's a zombie type house. It deals with like a pandemic. That's pushing the boundary a little bit, Universal. So a lot of people think that this is going to be one of the first ones to get the axe off of this speculation map, especially because people were like, oh, well, maybe it'll be based on the TV show that's coming out. But it was just announced a couple weeks ago that HBO is pushing that project back until 2023. So we aren't actually getting that show this year. So maybe they'll hold off on The Last of Us until next year. Now, moving on to Location E. Location E, as of right now, looks like it's going to be in the Men in Black tent, which is rumored and speculated that we weren't going to have a Men in Black tent this year, but as of right now, it looks like we might have one. And the house that is rumored to be going in here on this map is Curse of Pandora's Box. Now, for those who don't know, Curse of Pandora's Box was a house at 2019 and 2021 over in Hollywood. And that was a really cool original design that they had over there, an original concept that they had over there. And I really liked the whole look of the house, and I loved the whole walkthroughs that everyone did of it, and I thought it looked awesome. I would love to see it come to Orlando and see what our creative team could do with it, as well as maybe they could enhance it, add a little bit less black walls, if you know what I mean. I would love to see what we would do with it. Maybe we can enhance it, maybe add a little bit of some 3D glasses. I would love to see us add some 3D glasses to an already vibrant house to see how it would make us react. But I just love the whole character and costume design for this house, and I'm excited to see if it comes this year. Now on to Location F, which is going to be in Sprung Tent 1, which is where Wicked Growth was last year. And this is El Chupacabra, an original idea, which last episode of Speculation, I did say it was heavily rumored and has been rumored for many, many years. And once again, it's popping up on a speculation map. So is it time to get excited? Is it finally going to happen this year? We'll see. But I just think the entire concept of Chupacabra is something that I would really love to see come to the event, because Chupacabras are terrifying, and it does allow more of an open-ended idea of what they would like them to look like. It allows them to design their own character for the Chupacabra based on the folklore and the urban legend that it is. Now, directly next to it, we have Sprung Tent 2, which is another original, and this one is probably the most vague title for a house so far on this map, and that is Underground Creatures. There's nothing much to go off of there. I know on the Boo Bros podcast I kind of joked around, said Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because Underground Creatures, that kind of sounds like that, but maybe this is a way to tell us that Creature from the Black Lagoon is going to be there. I'm not entirely sure where this is going to go, but I'm interested to see how this title and this idea develops over the next couple months. Now on to Location H, which is the new parade building, and this is going to be the original classic horror film, The Evil Dead. Now personally, I have not seen this movie, but I do plan on seeing it if it does come to the event. And I don't really know what much to say else about it. I mean, this could be our kind of like funny, campy horror film for this year. But if they are gonna go down that route, I would rather have them maybe include parts of the second film, because that one I have heard is a little bit more funny and a little bit on the more comedic side. And also, it is the second film's 35th anniversary this year, so it would make sense if they included the first and the second in the house. Now, I know a lot of people like to see them include the third, being Army of Darkness, because that's more of the crowd favorite of the franchise, but we'll have to see if this house even stays on the speculation map, because this is another one that people are like, it might get the axe in a couple months when we get another speculation map. Speaking of houses that might get the axe in the next speculation map, we have in the old parade building Halloween. That's it. That's all it says. It just says Halloween. no telling us whether it's the 2018, no telling us if it's Kills, no telling if it's Halloween 3, or no telling us whether they're just going to continue and move right on to 5. It's really an open-ended idea of which one we could get, but a lot of people are praying and hoping that this is just a placeholder, hoping that they get Scream at the event, which I doubt. I've been saying it since the beginning. I doubt it. We'll see, but personally, I don't think it's going to happen. And if we do get Halloween, I do hope that it's going to be 2018 and Kills, because I would love to see how they would include the flashback scenes from Halloween Kills into a house. I think that would be really interesting. And our last and final house, which is going to be rumored in a new location, which I did cover in the last speculation video, and that is going to be the Fast and Furious location. Yes, that is right. Fast and Furious is looking like it might be a house location this year to replace the Shrek location. And this IP is probably the most controversial on this list that a lot of people are getting upset about, and it's The Weeknd.
Ladies and gentlemen, The Weeknd.
And that being the singer The Weeknd, if you didn't figure that one out, Abel. I am interested. It piques my interest because I love his last 2 albums, and personally I keep thinking about it. I'm like, oh, if we get kind of like a radio talk show type, like kind of horror, like 80s synthwave slasher type house based on The Weeknd and his visuals, I feel like that would work out really well and allow kind of to bring that general public and the HHN community and kind of merge them together and be like, you know what, here's a little something for both of you just to make you happy. I mean, I think that this could work out really well. When I initially heard it rumored, I was like, but now I'm on board. I'm 100% on board. I want to see it come. I may be part of the minority for that, but I hope this stays on the map, and I hope we actually get something like this year. But that is all of the houses that are rumored this year. And like I said, we do have one show on the list as of right now, and that is Marathon of Mayhem coming back again. I mean, if we have The Weeknd at the event, and we have Halloween, and we have Fear Street, that is just a large catalog of music that we could use for Marathon of Mayhem, which would be chef's kiss with that catalog of songs. I would love to see what they would do with that catalog of songs for a Marathon of Mayhem. Now, are we going to get a dance show? I don't know, but as of right now, it's not being speculated of coming. So, who knows? But that is going to be it. That is going to wrap up this speculation map, version 1 from HN Nightmares for HHN 31. I hope you guys did enjoy this quick coverage of it. There was a lot to cover in a short period of time, so I hope you guys bared with me. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure you drop a like and also comment down below. What do you think of this speculation map, and what things on there do you think are going to get the axe first in the next version of the map? I'd love to hear your guys' opinions, but as always, I'm Michael, this has been Hallowed Thrills, and I'll see you guys next time.